This is Josiah Plays Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Desperate Measures DLC. Alright, we're working on this DLC. We're kind of just exploring the different rooms of the Tarvos security offices in a leisurely manner. We've knocked some guys out, you know, as you do. As you do. And, not really sure what's going on in here. This is the server room. There's the Tarvos logo. There's a very important looking... There's some other guys I knocked out. There's an opacifier button. Couple guys that I had to give a little nap. Went to yard sales today? That's cool. You got a $200 pair of sunglasses for $4.50. That's awesome. Yeah, yard sales are really good for that. Sometimes you can get some amazing deals. Amazing deals. When I was moving into my current apartment, I had to go shopping for a little bit of extra furniture and stuff, and I went to a couple yard sales, got a couple things for real cheap. It was nice. Alright, so let's see here. What the fuck is going on here? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Alright, let's do our best.
Anomaly detected.
I'm gonna overclock.
Program initiated.
And stop worm. Oh, this isn't gonna happen. I'm gonna have to stop worm again.
Access granted.
Alright, I got it. That was a tough one. Black hat, first try. What oh, it was worth it! There's a Praxis kit in here. There's a Praxis kit in here. Gotta love Praxis kits. Gotta love Praxis kits. I do. I love them. What am I even gonna take? What am I even gonna take? I suppose I should take... I'm gonna improve the cloaking. Gonna improve my cloaking. Oh, you think she would like them? What's up with this holographic display table? So that's their big blade building. This isn't really anything all that revealing, I mean, that would be hidden behind a door. A challenging door. It's just their blade. Like, why would they even have a hologram of this? It's nothing... It's nothing special, really. Okay. Well, whatever. Computer I can hack right there.
Hey, Steve? Well, I want to put this one to bed. No, I'm not a member of the collective. And no, I don't know who this mysterious Janus person is. Although I'd like to meet him or her. And you know what? Let's say I was. Do you think I'd come and tell you, shit knobs? I got enough problems as it is trying to constantly hide from the Order Lords. I'm stuck in our new underground location, codenamed Grandma's Hero.
Here we go. Come on, let's do this. Come on, let's do this. I expected a firewall there. Alan Fraser's computer. Hold on a second.
They don't need me. These are smart people. They've broken into bell towers Tower, Page Industries, and VersaLife, and are only growing bigger nards when it comes to their targets. Make no mistake, followers. One day these guys will uncover a truth that'll mobilize our lazy asses to finally take real action. Maybe it'll be a secret about our sorry past, like what really caused the Aug incident. Maybe it'll be evidence linking a major corporation to mass murder. But mark my words, one day these hacktivists will be a game changer, and we need to embrace them. I'm just hoping their moral character is strong enough that some of them don't go over to the dark side. Last thing I need is for some genius hacker to figure out how to find us. Good news is, if they ever hit up Steve's computer, they'll have to find their way through about 400,000 folders of porn before they find any solid info on us.
Alright, so apparently Lazarus is pro-Juggernaut Collective. Interesting. I hadn't heard that particular radio piece before, so... but I need to turn it off before I read these emails. She likes Chrome? I like Chrome. I like Chrome too. Have I ever played Halo Reach? No, I've never played any of the Halo games, man. Alright, service request from Tim Elster to Alan Fraser. Hey, Alan. I've got a bugger of a problem. I can send emails, but when I receive them, they're getting stuck in my Stockholm folder. It's the same problem I had when I first transferred over here. Please send one of your minions when you can. Regards, Tim Elster, Strategic Analyst, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. My Stockholm folder? What does that even mean? Hacker activity. From Peter Chang to Alan Fraser. Hey Alan, it was good to finally make the face-to-face hello. I just made a face-to-face hello with Alan Fraser also. Mine was more like fist-to-face hello. This seems interesting. I've been monitoring some cyber attacks on your offices since I visited, and found something strange. Oh, wait a minute, this is from Peter Chang. At our place, at TF29. This isn't a Tarvos guy, this is our guy. Interesting. Found something strange. A legendary hacker who I thought was dead seems to be very much alive and has been trying to get through your firewall. Does the name Shadow Child or Shadow Child ring any bells? Hey Jen, how you doing? Good to see ya. My anti-hacking program picked up some ghost proxies that point to this hacker being located in Cape Town, Moscow, Buenos Aires, or Prague. Those are very far apart. Basically, it could be located on any continent. I've narrowed it down. I've narrowed it down to 4 continents. Well, okay, Moscow and Prague are the same continent. I've narrowed it down to 3 different continents. So basically, we know just where this hacker is. Can you believe that? I also analyzed the code and can see that they used characteristics of the Russian language. Either Shadow Child is Russian, or knows how to write code that makes one think that he or she is Russian. Or some Russian kid has revived the Shadow Child name. If it is actually Shadow Child, it's going to be impossible to trace them. We are talking about a legendary hacker here. Thanks for the tour, and I'll let you know if I find anything else on that thing you wanted, Pete. I wonder what's going on, that thing you wanted. I wonder what's going on with fucking our guy Chang and this Fraser that works here. And I wonder if this is a setup for something in one of the later DLCs or the next game or something. I'm not sure. Pretty interesting, though. It's the first time we've seen them mention Aug Joke of the Day from Jokes Daily. V by looking over your shoulder. Oh, I didn't see the top part. How does every Aug joke start? By looking over your shoulder. That's an old joke that's used for all kinds of different racist connotations. It's not even funny. Cut the games.
Schedule update. The revised video tutorial on augmented...
Do you a favor, search up Halo ranked Reach ranks. I am a move. Look how many credits I had to get to Nova. What? You don't think they're the same continent? What? Russia and... Well, is Russia considered part of Asia or part of Eastern Europe? I thought Russia was considered part of Europe, but maybe it's considered Asia. I don't know. Obviously, the Czech Republic is considered part of Europe, though. So it could be 4 continents, then. Oh, okay, so it's Asia. Alright, I wasn't sure about that. I don't understand what you're saying, Robert. Lieutenant request issue. Miles Tardif to Alan Fraser. I don't think we've seen Miles Tardif's name before. The LT came to me today. Demanded I give him an RDT device reconfigured to spot corrupt. Said he'd submit the paperwork later, so I did it for him without thinking twice. Oh, this is information. Spot corrupt. This is what he used to corrupt the camera footage from the bombing in the metro. This is what I'm here about. This is very important. Okay, hold on. This is very important evidence right here. Said he'd submit the paperwork later, so I did it for him without thinking twice. However, I have yet to receive any official request for this. I haven't been able to find a reference number to any internal ops assigned to the LT either. I asked him about it, and he gave me back the device. He looked upset and said, "The operation is now dead." The device was definitely used after I gave it to him, so I have to enter it into the log even if the op was aborted. Do you know anything about this op or have any reference number related to it? Miles Tardif, IT Specialist, Tarvos Security, Prague. So there's a possibility that exists here that it might not be all of Tarvos that was involved in this plot to help cover up the bombing or frame ARC. It may just have been one person within Tarvos, this particular lieutenant, who was secretly working for Manderley or Victor or somebody, one of the, conspirators, secretly working for them, like in a covert sense. That's a possibility. This was an interesting email. Never played Reach. I've never played any Halo games. Your rank Nova, it takes around 1,000 hours? 1,000 something. Or 1,100 million. I don't understand that number very much. Do you have 2 decimal places in there? Yeah, you do. Okay. I don't know what that number's supposed to be, but plays that game like 300 plus hours. Wow, it sounds like you really like that game. I've heard good things about it.
Whitaker may be involved in this. He ordered equipment off the record that could have been used to corrupt the footage.
He did something unofficial at Tarvos? That's huge, Jensen.
The information I found is only circumstantial, but it's enough to confront him. I'll get back to you if I catch him in a talking mood.
Nice, so I was right. That was a really important email. So important that I called Chang about it. Now it says confront Lieutenant Whitaker. I found an email that suggests Lieutenant Whitaker ordered a modified RDT device capable of corrupting digital data. Although it doesn't prove anything, I might be able to use this information to get him to talk. Oh yeah, we're gonna get him to talk, alright. By hook or by crook, as they say. We got this guy to talk. Well, he didn't really say much other than, and then fell unconscious, but... Drawers? Oh yeah, biocell. Gots to love it. Those are very valuable at this point in my unogged, almost no stuff having career. This person's computer isn't even locked. It's like they weren't expecting to get knocked out by a invading hacker guy. 100 million credits. That sounds like a lot. That sounds like 100 times a million credits, and a million credits is a lot. So, that's 100 times a lot. Dwight Gibbons' computer. Data aggregate. Raw data. Olive. Data aggregate to Dwight Gibbons. Olive. Bohemian Arts Grove. Decoding. Work in progress. Olive. A bunch of random letters and numbers. Failed mission. Client Mike Bastings. Compensation would be paid to the families of Mike Bastings and Colin Cunningham. A bunch of... These look like binary codes? At least... No, they don't. No, I'm stupid. They're not ones and zeros. These do not look like binary codes. They just happen to have 8 digits. They have 8 digits like a binary code, but they're not just ones and zeros, so they're definitely not binaries. I don't know what they are. Note from Tarvos Global. On August 20th, 2029, our client, Mike Bastings, and our employee, Colin Cunningham, died in a single-vehicle automobile crash at approximately 3:25 a.m. in the Prirodny Bank Park, Sarka Lesula. Wow. Really? Really? I don't know how to pronounce that. In a park of Prague. A witness to the crash said the car seemed to be traveling at a maximum speed and was creating sparks and flames before it crashed into a tree. Video from a nearby security camera purportedly shows Bastings' vehicle speeding and bursting into flames after crashing. Witnesses described the car's engine being ejected 40 to 50 meters from the point of impact. Bastings and Cunningham's bodies were burned beyond recognition. The coroner identified the bodies by matching fingerprints and dental records. The Prague Police Department declared that there were no signs of foul play, but our own investigators are not sure. This high-speed single car crash mirrors several crashes we have seen around the globe. This is the third such accident to happen to a Tarvos client and a Tarvos security guard. Wow, so what's going on here? Is somebody targeting
General message.
Tarvos?
We have been advised by Prague City Services that water pressure and power may be interrupted.
If it's happened 3 times, obviously it's part of a larger plan. From now on, all single client, single guard missions must involve an inspection of the vehicle prior to every use. The method of electronically hijacking a car's controls as a form of assassination has resurfaced in popularity recently with the rise of hackers. Lieutenant Simon Whitaker will be invited to a meeting this week to discuss this recent trend. This email is set to automatically delete itself in 359 days. You had no life until you were 12? I had no life until I was 39. Unsent message from Dwight Gibbons to Dwight Gibbons. This guy... When I think about you, I email myself. Never mind. I fucking just butchered a song right there. Report number. Euro Czech Prague 2029. Looks like that's the date. August 31st. Operation Codename Pepper. Client, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Czech Republic. Location, Prague. Type of protection, monthly protection of Minister of Foreign Affairs, building, and personnel. Casualty type, none. Major incidents / notes. Small, medium-sized protests occurred on the perimeter of the building over 18 days. No injuries were sustained. Well, that's actually pretty good. If they were protecting a building and there were protests over 18 days and they didn't hurt anyone, that actually speaks pretty well for the company. We have quite a series of emails here. So it starts off with an email from Dwight Gibbons to all employees. Subject, wireless connectivity complete. Hello everyone, the maintenance to our wireless network is now complete. For users of wireless devices, you need to select the wireless network manually in order to accept the new certificate. Once done, your device will connect automatically. My system is saying there are no errors. Email me if you have an issue. Thank you and have a good day. Dwight. Makes me think of Dwight from The Office. Dwight K. Schrute. Dwight Gibbons, IT and Data Manager, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. Joseph Bates writes back, one of my wireless devices is not recognizing the new certificate. I've rebooted the thing 5 times and it doesn't seem to do the trick. Dwight writes back, hello Joe, come over to my desk. You seem to be the only one with a problem. And he writes back, heading over now. Joseph Bates, Internal Security, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. I don't know if I could use that information for anything, but I think I've already been in Joseph Bates's office and like hacked everything and stole everything. All right. Anything else of note or interest in here? Of note, of interest. We got some televisions. Oh, here's another hackable computer. Some crafting parts. These IT guys, they know how to party. They don't really know how to party. That's probably like the furthest thing from their skill set. I'm not sure that I really know how to party that well. Well, I guess I do. I'm not that into drinking and stuff, though. I'm definitely not into drugs. And those things are generally implied when people talk about partying.
Attention. Alive
You played 300 hours on multiplayer and 200 hours on campaign and custom, or more, of Halo Reach. Man, is that like your favorite game? Sounds like you love that game. Kevin Carter, we've seen his name referenced before. This looks like a mess. Alright, actually it shouldn't be that hard. Boom, boom, boom. There's gonna be a fucking firewall here. Yep, there's a firewall.
Trace program initiated.
That's okay, I've got like 15 years to hack this thing.
Access granted.
Tarvos and Golem City. Okay, we've already read this email. Okay, so we've read this one before. Dishes. Oh, this looks like it's gonna be serious shit. Jonathan Lee Clark to Tarvos Security Prague All. To all employees, recently we have noticed some issues with cleanliness in the kitchen area. Many people soak their dishes in the sinks or leave dirty glasses and plates around. We do not have a cleaning crew, and we are convinced that you are perfectly capable of cleaning your own dishes just like you do at home. Or do they? We therefore ask for your help to keep common areas clean and welcoming. Please wash your dishes. Next point, silverware. We bought 75 knives, forks, and spoons a while ago, and now we have about 15 left. Please bring them back before 1:30 so they can be cleaned for the next day. Nobody needs to hoard dirty silverware in or on their desk. Many thanks, Jonathan Lee Clark, Head of Internal Security. This is the kind of shit internal security has to deal with. Tarvos Security Services, Prague. I'm surprised, given everything that we've read about Tarvos so far, I'm surprised that they're not docking people hours of pay for this. Clean your dishes or we will dock you 4 hours of pay. Your dishes must be completed within 30 seconds. Like, that seems like it's more along their lines. Work order from Alan Fraser to Kevin Carter. We've got a referenced email here. Oh, actually, let's read from the top. Hey, Kevin. Your first solo mission. Find Tim Elster's desk and solve his email issue. He started off in the Tarvos Stockholm office, and sometimes his mailbox reverts to his default setting. Oh, we read an email about this just a few minutes ago. That's what that's all about. He's from Stockholm. It's an ongoing problem, so remember to log it in the ongoing case file like I showed you. Details below. Referenced email. Tim Elster, I've got a bit of a problem. I can send emails, but when I receive them, they're getting stuck in my Stockholm folder. It's the same problem I had when I first transferred over here. Ongoing case number, KESSPRG0003. If you have a major problem, feel free to ask me. If you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. That's got Vanilla Ice answering the email here. Best of luck, Alan Fraser, Head of IT, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. Okay. So they're going about their business. Basically, a lot of normal people, normal business kind of stuff happening. It's not all just like clandestine operations and conspiracies and espionage all the time. Sometimes they just have ordinary email problems. Alright, well that's the IT office. Have a nice nap, guys. So I don't think there's anything else around the edges of this room.
Leaving post. Might have something.
Oh, fuck. There's somebody in here. I did not expect anybody to be in the bathroom because almost all the time in this game and the previous game, bathrooms are always fucking empty. I did not expect there to be somebody in here. He surprised me. He did. I mean, I probably surprised him quite a bit as well, but I hope he was done. Like, I wouldn't want to beat a guy up while he was, like, holding it from, like, not being done pissing, and so then he's, like, holding it, and then you kick his ass. Like, that's not good, because then he's going to be, like, in a puddle and stuff. Alright, there's an ebook that's been left in here. And guess who's gonna read it? That's right, if you guessed me, you were really smart. Ooh, Ashani Tawar. She's the CEO of the bank of Palisade. We've broken into her office. The Moment to Fight Back. Chapter 1, Part 3. Whenever I traveled with my family, I stayed in their room. I was 15 years old physically, but mentally I was a 20-something who was suffering in the prison of my parents. Wow, that sounds really familiar. My father recognized my independence and would step back to give me the freedom I wanted, if I could verbally defend it. On this trip, I knew I was going to take a stand. I didn't ask for a separate room, I demanded it from him. I want my own room. This sounds like really high-stakes shit right here. I have to applaud my father for handling such a demanding child who decided to make a scene in the lobby of a 5-star hotel. His face was stone when he replied, "All right." The security video of the lobby showed that all 3 of my would-be kidnappers were in near us at this time. Oh, she got kidnapped. I want to know more. Tell me more of Ashani Tawar's story. Where does this go? Adam Jensen is a guy that considers it perfectly normal activity to jump up into any fucking ventilation shaft or duct that he sees and just crawl through it for no fucking reason. Leads into the next bathroom. Are there any people in here? Because that was a bit of an awkward surprise last time. Handicapped accessible.
Reminder. Due to the security
Found some painkillers.
lockdown,
It is a pleasure to speak with you, Doctor. Tell me, what do you feel the Human Restoration Act?
Found a biocell. Alright, so I came over here, I went in this bathroom, I came out this vent earlier, I searched this little area earlier, I went over here just now, I picked up a photocopier, I fucking hurled that thing. Oh yeah. Copy that.
Bigger picture. The Aug incident took everything off the rails.
Fuck this guy.
The rift between augmented and natural.
Fuck that guy. Grab a vending machine, throw that shit. Perfectly reasonable activities for a person to be engaging in, don't you think? Perfectly reasonable. Get out of here, coffee cup! This is where I came from, right?
General message.
Another photocopier.
Due to the security lockdown,
Oh shit.
today.
Watch out! Photocopiers coming through! I mean, honestly, if you could pick up and throw photocopiers, you would too. You would. Just to revel in your own power. Maybe it's just me. I would be throwing some fucking shit around, though. Weapons briefcase. Oh. Apparently I wasn't over here.
This is Eliza Cassell, reporting to you.
Thought I'd already explored this whole area over here. Obviously, I was mistaken. What's up here? Huh? What's up here? Get out of here, archive boxes. Oh yeah, I can see it, Robert. You must be really good at shooters with all those hours put in. Are you an albino, Robert? Did I already read this one? Yep. Alright, let's see what's in the middle here. Man, there's a lot of refrigerators and vending machines and photocopiers laying around everywhere. What kind of business are these people running? Oh, and people just sleeping on the job. What happened to these guys? They're just over here unconscious as though Like, I don't know what their deal is, but I know they need to get the fuck out of my way. Just tromped all over that guy's body. Get out of here, boxes. Get out of here, other boxes. Look, this guy does not look comfortable. Look at him. What? Is his face just... Oh, look at that leg. That does not look comfortable at all, man. Here. There you go. How about this guy? He's not loving life. What's going on with his arm? Now he looks like he's permanently waving. Like, hello. He looks happy. Alright, what... I don't want that rifle. What I do want to do is check this computer out. William Myers. London Opportunity. From Sarah Oldman to Tarvos Security Services Global All. Hello all. Tarvos Security Services is looking for permanent employees with more than 1 year of service at any European or Asian main office interested in working at the Apex Center in London. Oh, the Apex Center is where the main game ended. The Apex Center houses many financial and commercial businesses, a convention center, and residential towers. Applicants must be fluent in English and 2 other languages, as conference attendees will be from around the globe. For those interested, please contact me for the full list of positions as well as the different requirements for each. Please note that only applications that comply with the different hiring criteria will be considered and will receive more details about working conditions. If you are selected, you will be contacted by the Tarvos Human Resources team to arrange an interview. Sarah Oldman. No relation to Gary Oldman. Global HR Counselor. Tarvos Security Services Global. And here we have an Orion insta-messaging autosave from Tim Elster to William Myers. This conversation was automatically saved in your conversation history. William Myers, did you hear about Buckland's friend? Tim Elster, no. William Myers, he offed himself in Blade 4. Walked into the wrong place on purpose. According to a report I saw, he was upset about a divorce. William Myers, divorce. He corrected his spelling. Tim Elster, shit. Quite a response there, Tim. William Myers, he was Buckland's best friend. They worked in London together and was his best man at his wedding. Tim Elster, so that's why Buckland's been walking off to the bathroom so much lately. He's probably been going there to cry or think about stuff. William Myers, I thought I heard something involving a kidney stone. We should keep an eye on him anyway. Tim Elster, kidney stone? Shit, he has no luck. When I had one, I was waiting and trying for hours. William Myers, I would offer to take him out for a pint, but I don't think that helps his situation. Tim Elster, fuck no, that makes his kidney stone even worse. Why do I feel like this guy, Buckland, is the guy that I just beat up in the bathroom? The guy that was in the bathroom with the kidney stone is the guy that I just fucking took out, probably. Feel a little bit bad about it, just a little bit. You beat all your friends 1v6? That's actually fucking pretty fucking crazy good, man. That's like Major League Gaming shit right there. Got us a pro gamer in the making here. Out of the way, vending machine. We've got another security guard sleeping on the job. These guys, man. They just cannot be bothered to be awake and do their jobs. I can hack a computer here. David Johnson's computer, specifically. Doesn't look very hard.
Anomaly detected. Access granted.
Well, that one was fucking easy. Oh boy, here we go. RE Incident the Blades.
Schedule update.
We've got us a referenced email.
Will be screened continuously tomorrow.
Lieutenant Whitaker, here's the report. It certainly was a dramatic month at the Blades. From David Johnson to Simon Whitaker, report the Blades. So then we've got a bunch of stuff. Report number, Eurocheck Prague 2029-831. Operation codename Rosehip. Alright, we've seen a reference to this Rosehip operation before. Client, Palisade Bank Corporation. Location, Prague. Type of protection, monthly protection for Palisade Blade buildings and personnel. Casualty breakdown. 5B. KIA, killed in action. Non-hostile action, 1. 1 Tarvos, S. Timmons. 5C, body recovered, yes. 5E, body identified, 1. 1 Tarvos. 5I, wounded in action, slight hostile action, 3. 3 public, Mr. Saradakis. Major incident / notes. S. Timmons. S. Timmons was an experienced security guard who was newly assigned to the Blades. He ventured into an unauthorized area. Oh, this is the guy! This is Buckland's friend that we just read about. He ventured into an unauthorized area in Blade 4. The automated defenses were triggered, and S. Timmons was gunned down by a sentry. An internal investigation found S. Timmons was in a depressed state over the outcome of a recent divorce and may have deliberately ventured into an unauthorized area. Mr. Saradakis. The recurring one-man protest, known as Mr. Saradakis, occurred 20-plus times this month. 3 incidents were reported to the Czech police by Mr. Saradakis himself. No injuries to Tarvos personnel were sustained. A new restraining order was approved by local police. This has increased the distance that Mr. Saradakis must be from the building. Alright, I wonder who this guy is. He's obviously not happy with Tarvos. You went to a tournament and won $10,000? And you spent it all on video games? What? What? That's crazy. I wish I had $10,000. I don't know what I'd spend it on, but most of it would not be video games, I think. David Johnson, Operations Specialist, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. The Ladies' Loo. From Jonathan Lee Clark to Tarvos Security Services, Prague all. I was just in the Ladies' Loo. To all employees, in accordance with Tarvos Regional Office bylaws and regulations, please refrain from entering and using the sanitary facilities that have been designated for women. I have pasted the regulation here. Tarvos Workplace Regulation 38 EJM 1996 requires accessible sex-designated sanitary facilities for all employees in all Tarvos regional offices. Yeah, but what about trans people? What about them? Please abide by this rule and stay out of the woman's loo. We could have a female visitor any day now. We haven't had one in 3 months, but I don't want to have a repeat of what happened last time. If you have any questions or concerns, please send me an email or speak with me in private. Many thanks. Jonathan Lee Clark, Head of Internal Security, Tarvos Security Services, Prague.
Please be advised.
Here is the Simon Whitaker RE Incident Property Bank. From David Johnson to Simon Whitaker, Incident Report, Palisade Prop Bank. Lieutenant Whitaker, 'twas another boring month at the prop bank. Okay, the prop bank is where I broke in, took a bunch of guards out, stole a ton of stuff, but that happens after this DLC in the, like, storyline continuity. So nothing was going on there before I went there and terrorized the place. Report number EuroCZ Prague 2029-831. Report code name Mint. Client, Palisade Bank Corporation. Location, Prague. Type of protection, monthly protection for Palisade property, bank building, and personnel. Casualty breakdown, codes and details, none. Major incidents and notes, none. David Johnson, Operations Specialist, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. And the LT writes back, approved. Lieutenant Simon Whitaker, Head of Operations, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. RE Incident Stadium. Oh, something went down at the stadium, I guess. From David Johnson to Simon Whitaker, Subject Incident Stadium. These AUG protests are certainly on the rise here. Dwight Gibbons, IT and Data Manager, Tarvos Security Services, Prague.
Screened continuously tomorrow, every hour in screening room A. It is open to all Tarvos.
Yeah, you gotta shake off that rust, Robert. Sounds like you got mad skills, though. Alright, report number Euro CZ Prague 2029 830. Why does everything happen on 831? Or maybe just 831 is the date when all the reports are being filed. Operation Codename Vanilla. City of Prague Stadium Events. Location Prague Stadium. Type of protection. General protection during sporting events at City of Prague Stadium for the month of August. 2 matches. Casualty breakdown. Codes and details. 5I, wounded in action. Slight hostile action, 61, 59 public, 2 Tarvos. 5J, wounded in action, serious hostile action. 5, 1 public, 4 Tarvos. 5K, wounded in action, slight non-hostile action. 15, 14 public, 1 Tarvos. And 5L, wounded in action, serious non-hostile action, 2. 1 public, 1 Tarvos. 5M is accident, 2. Car accident, 2 Tarvos. Major incidents and notes. AUG protest plus home team loss. This month had a spike in 5I incident. That's wounded in action, slight hostile. 121 of which occurred during a post-game riot fueled by the home team loss and triggered by a coordinated AUG protest. No deaths occurred. Tarvos personnel should be commended for their actions. In all of the footage of the post-game riot, it was the protesters who appeared to be the aggressors, not Tarvos personnel. I love how he says the protesters appeared to be the aggressors in the footage. There's no talk of who were the actual aggressors or what actually went down. All that matters is how it appeared in the footage. David Johnson, Operations Specialist, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. Okay. How did your dad feel about that crushing defeat, Robert? We got us whoop, 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 whoop. Just gotta knock some boxes over. Oh, here's another guy sleeping on the job. Come on, man. What happened to these guys? They're just so lazy. It's like somebody came through here and just knocked everybody out somehow. With mad skills. Tim Elster. Alright, we've read some stuff from Tim Elster and about Tim Elster. Here we got the comedy tickets thing from William Myers. We already read this. We read a reply to this which included this email in it. Oh, we read this conversation as well about Buckland's friend, the guy who just suicide by turret. AUG refugees from Danielle Elster to Tim Elster. Oh, this is his daughter. This should be interesting. Dad, he never asked you to play Call of Duty with him again? I would imagine. Dad, you are blind. I can't believe you said all augmented people were rounded up in a nice, humane way. Safe areas for augmented people, like the Udalek complex, were created to provide safety from AUG hate-fueled violence, are actually rife with violence. The problems in the Udalek complex are well known among aid organizations and some news outlets, but there is no other option for the millions of augmented people. Yeah, that place was horrible. Gollum City? That place was pretty bad. Those people were living in terrible conditions and under terrible oppression from the cops there. The fact is that they are not communities at all. They are wastelands with an unstable and disenfranchised population crammed together. The police do not come from the community. They walk around with an us versus them attitude, and the people there have resorted to mob justice at times. Karen witnessed their actions with her own eyes. She saw a father of 2 killed by a mob of people because he was suspected of being an informer to the police. Suspected! I am 18 years old and I can make my own decisions in my life. I am volunteering to help augmented people whether you like it or not. Karen is there. I will not be alone. People will look back on the horrors that are happening right now and I need to be on the right side of history. Love, your daughter. Okay. So Danielle Elster sounds kind of badass. She's gonna go fucking volunteer in Golem City and help the hog people. That's nice. And her dad, the Tarvos security man, obviously not is this him? He was at this desk. You got knocked the fuck out, Elster.
Please be advised. The exercise room will be closed for maintenance.
Pocket secretary. From Alan Fraser to Kevin Carter, IT department access. Hey Kevin, commit the door code to our department to memory. 1019. Best of luck on your first day. Alan Fraser, head of IT, Tarvos Security Services Prague. This email is set to automatically delete itself in 3 days. 3 days is not short enough when you're giving out codes to whole areas and shit. You be giving out codes. Oh, here's a security hub. And a vending machine. Look at that! I threw it in such a way that it's actually partially standing up right there. Did it on purpose. Mad skills. Mad skills. Skills which are mad. If these skills were any matter, they'd be furious skills. Alright. Let's hack the security hub. I don't really need to. I've already sort of disabled everything, but oh, it's David Johnson's desk. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one. How many nukes do I have? Only 3? This one's going to eat up a lot of software, I feel like. Fuck it. Let's go. I'm going to use a stealth for the first one. My favorite Call of Duty clan? I don't have a favorite Call of Duty clan. I don't even know of any Call of Duty clans. If you asked me to name a Call of Duty clan, I couldn't do it. Sorry.
Anomaly detected. Trace
Oh, we're
program
fucked.
initiated.
General message. For all personnel with children in daycare.
Access granted.
Alright, I had to use a stopworm, a nuke, and a stealth. It probably wasn't even worth it because look, all these... Oh, here's a camera that's not disabled. Oh, look at how many cameras this thing hooks up to. Holy shit. So there were some of them that weren't disabled. And some... Look, I managed to shut the doors on that vending machine and it, like, crushed the vending machine out of existence. Well, not out of existence, I guess. Let's disable the alarm panels. Alright, that's probably worth it. I don't know shit about Call of Duty. You're absolutely right, man. I really don't. I've played some of Call of Duty 3. I think it was 3. It was the one that came out right before the first Black Ops.
General message.
The one that came out before that in the series. I think it was Call of Duty 3. Played some of that. Didn't play it all. As far as the story mode. I have never played any Call of Duty competitively. The only shooter I've ever played competitively is Team Fortress 2. And I haven't played a ton of that either, and I'm not very good at it. Harry Buckland. Okay, this is the guy whose friend killed himself. This is the guy with the kidney stone, whom I probably knocked out in the bathroom. But the thing is, Mama said knock him out. So,
Access
you gotta do what
granted.
Mama says. Sean Timmins. There's a town called Timmins in Canada, where a super good friend of mine, like my best friend really, used to live. She was making a movie there, and she's dead. Anyway, hey, from Sean Timmins to Harry Buckland. Harry, I went through the 5 stages of grieving for the relationship before I signed the papers and she went to Alabama. All traces of anger have fully disappeared after that talk where you reminded me of the good things in my life. I was very sad after the email she sent a couple weeks ago, but was not and have not been angry since then. Just really sad. After that email, I gave up on her. Now I just want to move on. Thanks for your help. Goodbye. Sean T. So this is the guy who killed himself. Sean Timmons. He was really sad. Yeah, from Blade 4. Sean Timmons, security guard, Blade 4, Tarvos Security Services, Prague. So we've read stuff about this guy, his relationship, what he did on 3 different computers now. Rest in peace, Sean Timmons. We've read this one. Death notification from Tarvos Central Command to Harry Buckland. We are saddened to confirm that a security incident on Palisade Blade 4 in Prague, Czechoslovakia, or not Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic, claimed the life of one Tarvos security guard. Our thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family as they mourn their loss. You are receiving this notification because you have worked with the following casualty: Sean Timmons, London, Great Britain. Any inquiries regarding additional details of the incident should be directed to your regional Tarvos operations office. If you would like to unsubscribe to notifications on coworkers, reply to this email with the word unsubscribe in the body of the email. Sincerely, Tarvos Central Command. I like how they kind of... We've seen a couple of these before where they send out death notifications when people are killed in action to other people that worked with those people. It's kind of cool. Kind of an interesting little detail. Alright. Let's go. I think I've fully explored this level of the facility. Pretty sure I have. So, let's head up to the next floor. And, we'll check it out. I think I've turned all the mezzanine level. I've already turned off the cameras up here. I'm not sure about guards. I think I've already taken out most of the guards that were up here as well, because I got them to come down and then I took them out. On the mezzanine. Up on the mezzanine. I don't know why there was suddenly a on the mezzanine song, but there was. What's in here? Halo people thought you were a legend. Wow. I don't think anyone's ever thought that I was a legend. Well, I don't know. Depends on the context, I guess, but certainly nothing to do with gaming, though. You thought you were a hacker? Actually, I was accused of hacking in a game once. It was actually PvP in World of Warcraft. And I used to play a rogue and I was really fucking good at it and I kept killing people. And they called me out on the forums and said I was hacking. Which I was not. But they said that I was because I killed so many fucking people and they couldn't figure out how I did what I did. I guess that's probably the best I've ever been. Well, I did PvP in Star Wars The Old Republic and I was a healer. I was a scoundrel, smuggler healer. And I was really fucking good. Actually, I was the highest ranked PvPer on my entire server for my faction. There was one person who was higher ranked than me on the entire server, but they were on the enemy faction. And I guess I was kind of a legend there, actually. I was really good at PvP healing. But I'm not good at shooters, though. And I'm not really interested in playing, like... what do you call it? Competitive shooters. If I do play shooters, I play, like, single-player, story mode kind of shooters. And I'm not that great at them. What the fuck is up with this room? There's a lot of little boxes and crap, but I don't really see anything useful in here. This room's kind of pissing me off, honestly. What is all this junk in here? Out of the way, boxes. Rawr! I'm like a fucking rhino up in here. And there's like nothing up here. Out of the way, boxes. Roar. Out of the way, boxes. There we go. Get some of this shit out my face. Number 19 in the world. Holy shit. That's really fucking good. So there are some more dudes here. Where am I? Oh, I'm in a closet off the LT's office. That's probably the LT right there. I don't actually want to go in there yet. Not yet.
General message. Due to the security lockdown, all interviews for today have been cancelled.
I pretty much play RPGs mostly. I mean, I like some adventure games and like action games and shooters, but only ones really that have like a good story generally. Like I really loved Half-Life 2 and even the first Half-Life and BioShock and the Metro games, Metro 2033 and Last Light. And that right there is probably most of the shooters I've played. Call of Duty, you were number 1028 in the world. That's actually really fucking good too. I mean, considering how many people play and how many people are in the world. That's impressive. Alright, we're gonna, I've never played any of the GTA games either, Robert. Nope. I don't like games. I'm not interested in games that are... I mean, I might play a game like this once in a while, maybe. But I generally don't like games that take place in the modern world in a realistic setting, which are basically about going out and being a criminal. Because I did a lot of that shit in real life when I was a teenager. And I have a lot of bad memories surrounding that. I'm not proud of it. And so it's not really a thrill for me to play those kind of games where you're like beating people up and jacking cars and stealing shit and breaking into places and all that stuff like in a realistic setting. Now if it's sci-fi or fantasy or has some kind of twist to it where I can sort of separate it from reality, then yeah, it's all good. Like this is sort of sci-fi cyberpunk, so it's more fun, but doing it in a realistic world that feels like our actual world is not something that I'm into. So, we're going to continue exploring this place. We're going to confront the LT. We're going to finish this mission. All of that's going to be in our next episode. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, Desperate Measures DLC. If you're watching this